Which GT3 car in iRacing should you actually buy? Is it the massively popular Porsche, the BMW, or does the car you pick even matter? Well, to save you from wasting your money and safety rating, I compiled a tier list to hopefully make your decision a little easier, starting with the absolute worst GT3 car you can buy. Actually, a disclaimer. These are with fixed setups, and this isn't about pace. You can win with any one of these. These are just my opinions about which GT3 car I think a beginner should buy. Okie dokie, back to the video. Now, I know this is a hot take, it's smooth, it's stable, but hear me out. There is literally no reason to get this car besides its looks. It's boring to drive, has no advantage over any other GT3. So starting out, I would say just don't get this car. So it is going to go into the don't buy tier. Moving on, we have another hot take, and it is the Aston. Like the Acura, it looks good, but this one actively tries to kill you. It somehow oversteers and understeers at the same time, in my experience. The only reason I could possibly say this is better than the Acura is because if you can master the oversteer, you're going to be having more rotation. But now moving on to the if you hate money tier. And this one pains me because it is my personal favorite car, and it is the Audi. It pretty much has zero negative driving quirks in my experience, and in my opinion, it's one of the best looking cars on the grid. But there is a huge but. You can't drive it in IMSA or a lot of iRacing special events. So while it's my favorite car, the eligibility is going to make it a waste of your money if you're trying to get the best bang for your buck. Now moving into the mid tier, and I can already smell the comments saying this guy doesn't know what he's talking about, yada yada yada. And first, we possibly have the best rotating car on iRacing, and that is the Corvette. Now you might be asking, why am I putting it in mid tier if it's the best rotation? Is it more rotation better? Yes, but I could not recommend it to beginners because with that rotation, it's like a gamble every corner. This thing loves to oversteer. If you are just getting into the GT3s, you'll be spending more time focusing on not spinning out instead of racing against other people. That being said, if you can master the rotation, this is a great choice. I've personally found it to be my car of choice when it comes to street circuits. Now, the other car in mid tier that I can smell the comments is the Porsche.
Bro, what the f is you even talking about, bro?
But hear me out. It's a great car. The straight cut gears sound amazing. But because it's the only rear engine car on iRacing, meaning that the engine sits behind the rear axle, it drives completely differently to any other car on iRacing, besides the Porsche Cup, of course, because it's also a Porsche. For a beginner, this is going to be a completely different driving style, and if you go from this to another car, it's going to be feeling like trying to learn to drive all over again. It has pretty good rotation, but as soon as you get on throttle, say goodbye to your front tires. So that concludes mid-tier. Let's move on into good. First, we have the McLaren, and if you're coming from Formula cars, this will be S tier. Don't pick any other car. This is the perfect car if you're coming from formulas. It rewards an aggressive style, so you'll feel way more at home if you're transitioning. I found it really planted, but when you do start to get over the limit, it's kind of a cliff. As other cars start to slide, this car, it feels like the grip is an on-off switch. The Lambo also finds itself in good tier. One big caveat to this car is that there's a huge screen on the right side, so if you're playing on a single monitor, your visibility is not going to be as good, but it's also one of the best sounding cars on the grid. When you drive it, it's really low. It feels planted. You can kind of feel how low and wide it is when you drive. It's hard to describe. And then we have another hot take going into good tier, and that is the Mercedes. Now, I see the Mercedes being recommended to a lot of beginners, and it's not a bad choice. Otherwise, it wouldn't be in good tier. It has a big schnoz on it. It's stable for the most part. You can use it in a bunch of different series and events, but I find it to be a little boat-like, but then also the rear end is a little sketchy at the same time. But I wouldn't recommend this car over the cars we're going to cover in S tier coming up now. So what you've been waiting for, the S tier cars, the cars I recommend over any other car for beginners. Shut your fucking mouth! My bad. Starting off, we have the BMW. This thing is an absolute tank over curbs. It's so comfortable to drive. I've heard many people say that it seems pretty boring to drive, but in my experience, it's pretty engaging to drive. I feel like when I hop into this car, I'm instantly feel right at home, comfortable, get up the pace, don't really have to worry about much. With trail braking, I feel like I can feel it a lot more. I can feel the car rotating more so than the smaller cars on the list. And there's no really downsides I can think of. This is definitely an S tier for beginners. Next we have the Ford Mustang. This takes everything great about the BMW and then just puts a V8 on it. If you love American cars, you're gonna love this one. And it's been getting really good with the BOP, actually a little too good. As in this video, literally there was no other cars on the grid besides this. The only negative thing I can say about this car is that on cold tires, it is a literal tugboat. This thing does not turn on cold tires, but once you get up to speed, it's pretty good. But that's literally the only negative I can think about it. Oh, actually, the big nose on the front is you kind of look through a sliver. But with it being a consistently fast car and stable car, it's definitely landing itself in S tier. And last we have in S tier is the Ferrari. You saw it coming. Everyone runs the Ferrari. Sadly, you can't run the Ferrari challenge with this Ferrari anymore like you could with the previous one. I don't know why iRacing would do that. But the moment you sit in this car, it will feel like home. It's engaging the drive, very easy and comfortable. Pretty much whenever I first get in this car, I'm instantly on pace within 2-3 laps. There is a good reason why you're seeing so many people drive this car. And so that is my GT3 beginners buyers tier list. Make sure to let me know down below how bad my takes were, and subscribe if I helped you decide what car to pick. Like the video if I look like an idiot, and I'll see you guys on track.